What's up, Wagwan? Yeah, hello. So I haven't done a video for a bit, I've had real life problems. So anyway, whatever. Now, obviously the big fight of the week is Amir Khan vs Kell Brook. And a lot of people are crying, oh, it's 5 years too late, it's 10 years too late, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, in the sense that, they're not in their primes anymore. But having said that, I think it's still a 50-50 fight. It's still interesting, yeah. It sold out really quickly, Khan's got a lot of fans. Brook has a few fans. So, you can't get too upset at it. At least it's happening, At least it's not like there's fights like Riddick Bowe, Lennox Lewis we just never saw, or Hatton vs Witter. So let's be a bit positive. There's not been a lot of good boxing since the COVID story. Now, before I go into what I think will happen, in fact, it's quite difficult to make a prediction until we see the weigh-in. But I assume they'll both be in great shape. But all I say is, Kell Brook does look a bit old. He looks like he's worn. He's been on the party line. Amir Khan looks somewhat younger. In the face. And I think psychologically, Khan, they did a gloves are off, face off. And Khan kind of rinsed out Kell. I felt a bit sorry for Kell. He looked like he was about to cry. And I think, I don't know. Kell seems fairly likable character. Khan is not the sharpest tool in the box, but he definitely had the advantage there. And the other thing people are talking about is, Kell Brook, is he into batty business? Is he? You have to be careful what words you use on YouTube. But basically, what I'm saying is he into batty business? There's a lot of rumors there. Yeah. Now, there's, for example, his voice. It's a bit fruity. It's a bit camp. He's got that sort of slightly camp lisp. He also, there are obviously there's that, is it Marbella or Ibiza story when apparently he went home with a man, came onto him, touched him, got shanked, and then people will say, oh well, there's no real proof. What do they want, man? Like a video to be released with Kell noshing a man off before they'll be, he might be a batty man. So, I believe he is. I believe he is a batty man, or at least, he doesn't mind which gender he goes with. Probably trannies too. Because I remember there was this guy I used to work for a big TV station. He went out to interview, Nelson or Rhodes or someone, Ryan Rhodes at the Ingle Gym. And apparently Brook just scrolled in there, just no shame. Said, last night, I went out and met this fella, I sucked him off, right? Now, I'm not being funny, man, but, straight guys don't say that kind of stuff, yeah? They don't make a joke of it. And he was actually boasting about it. So he's boasting that he notched off a man the day before when he went out in front of, his gym mates, in front of a person who works for a top TV station. So, the likelihood is, yes, I'm not into batty business. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't just roll in, It's not something to be proud of, as far as I'm concerned. But so allegedly Brook, and I trust this guy, was bragging on notching a man off in the next day after going to a club or whatnot in his own gym, a boxing gym. These are not the kind of places where you talk about batty business, really. And this was a few years ago. So, do I believe Kell Brook is into batty business? Yes. Yes, I do. But Amir Khan mocking him about being into batty business it's kind of weird in itself, given that Khan asked what's called a tranny, whatever. Yeah, he said, "I will leave my wife Fariel for you." So that's a bit suspect as well. So, I mean, to be honest, it's they're both a bit dodgy. They're both into quite weird stuff. It's not for me. I don't believe these are very healthy lifestyles. I don't believe they're things we should encourage, right? And I think people can the propaganda, they have too much money, they start getting perverted, they start hanging out with the wrong people, the wrong crowd, and before you know it, like Kell Brook, you're notching a man off. So I don't agree these are good. I wouldn't say these are necessarily great role models. Cheating on their wives, noshing men off, threatening, saying, "Yeah, I'll go for a tranny." When he's off his nut, Khan. So it's not really relevant to what happened to the fight, but it's an interesting side story. But I believe they're both a bit creepy anyway. What happened in the fight, as I said, it's hard to predict. Khan, in the gloves are off, looked big. He looked like heavy. His face looked aged. Khan looked in better shape. Khan looked like he was ready to fight the weight. Brook looked like he needed to lose a good 20 pounds. That will make a difference. I think it's 149 pounds. The agreed limit is catch weight. I think, do you know what? It's very hard to tell. They both had reversals recently. They're both a bit short. But I would say at this point, before I see the weigh-in, and I'm sure, by the way, Brook will come in great shape. He always does, but it all depends about how much weight he's lost leading up to that shape. But at this point, I'm leaning towards Amir Khan. I think Amir, his speed, hopefully he'll try and use some boxing ability instead of trying to get in a fight. I mean, if you think about his big wins, they're all better than Brook's big wins on the whole. So at this point, before I do a proper preview later on, I'm going for Amir Khan. I think maybe points, or he'll bust him up late, or he'll do one of them quick flurries, there's real big flurries that look impressive, and the ref will stop it. Having said that, I saw some training videos of Khan, and he did not seem as fast as he used to. So, who knows? I'd like to have been in the gym, observing both these guys train before I can make a good prediction. I think, Brook's a slight favourite, but I don't know, man. There's something about the mind games, something about the... also, like, Khan's been chinned, but weirdly, it never seems to affect his confidence, which is weird. Because if I got ironed out, I would think, man, I can't take a punch, man. I'm worried about my chin, but Khan just seems to crack on. And Brook's had two losses where his face has got busted up. He's had surgery on it. That has to affect you. So I'm thinking Khan's raw, bizarre confidence will be enough for him to win this fight. But, man, I'm looking forward to it. At least it's a good 50-50 fight.